as a driver, you're in the car going, I think I can get some more positions. I think I can get them. And boy, this intensity builds up, and these things happen in the Nationwide Series, and it happens in the Cup Series too. We see it all the time.
Well, and this happened to Allgaier last week at Chicagoland. Remember, it was down near the end of the race. He actually told me that he had gone low on the apron to avoid what had been happening around him, but nonetheless got involved in a big wreck there too. Well, Joe Nemechek's car is on the hook. They have put the red flag out so the safety crews can get to work, and the track cleanup crew can make this race ready for us with just 5 laps remaining here at Gateway. Cars are stopped on the back stretch as the cleanup continues for the wreck between Justin Allgaier and others as he was trying to get to pit road. Our leader is Brad Keselowski. Rusty, why don't you see if you can dial him up?
Hey, Brad Keselowski, Rusty Wallace up here in the booth with ESPN. You got us?
Yo, what's up, man?
Well, he's getting pretty intense out there. We're watching some pretty tight corners. Looks like you were shifting a little bit. How's that working for you?
Not as good as this for Carl. He's got it figured out. He's got pretty good smoke, too, so it's going to be tough to beat him. This is kind of playing right into his hands on having a restart, so we'll just have to see how it plays out.
All right, buddy, we'll get out of here. You have a good race. It's going to be pretty exciting. 8 laps to go here.
4, thank you.
All right, thanks to Brad for giving us a little insight there. You know, sitting back there, a lot goes through your mind.
Crank up. Let me know when it's running.
As they crank him up. Ricky, what was that like for you when they'd stop the race like that?
I never liked it. It was very disruptive, and it allowed you to sort of wane your thoughts. When you're in a rhythm and the race is rolling along the way you want it to be, like it is for Brad Keselowski or Carl Edwards, you want to keep that going. And, just too much time to think right now.
Okay. Well, they actually have put the yellow out now. The red flag situation is gone. And we're going to see if we can talk to second place, Carl Edwards.
Hey, Carl, Rusty up in the ESPN booth. You got us?
Gotcha, Rusty. How's it going?
Well, it's pressure cooker time now, buddy. 8 laps to go. How's that car running for you?
You know what they say, pressure makes diamonds, so we'll see if we can do it. This Aflac Fusion's good. I think Brad's real good too. And I can tell you, we've been having fun racing. It's pretty exciting running side by side like that in front of these fans, and just hope we can get a good restart and get them here on this short run. I think the car is good enough. I've just got to be mistake-free, you know.
All right, buddy, we'll get out of here. Have a good run.
All right, Rusty, thanks.
It's going to be very interesting to see which lane Brad chooses.
Can you believe those guys are talking to us? With 8 laps to go, and we get permission from them, and they love to talk to us, but I'm like, wow.
Absolutely. All right, they were also talking on the radio. Let's listen.
What do you think on the restart, Paul, top or bottom?
I don't know. I don't know if we run up top what he can do on the bottom.
My only comment is when he had a lane to choose and he was 2 back behind you, he chose the high lane.
10-4. I don't know if it's smart to base your game plan when you have the fastest car on taking someone else's lane away. I almost feel like you just need to execute your own lane. My lane is on the bottom.
How about that, huh?
Well, I think that's the type of thing that happens when you sit there under a red flag. That's what I was speaking of, really. I mean, way too much time to think about this and make it difficult. So do you play to your strength, or do you take away his strength?
And Brad wants to play to his own strength. All right, that sounds like offense to me. We want to let you know Joe Nemechek was treated and released from the infield care center. That is good news after he took that shot to the inside wall. And guys, it sounds like we are going to get a green-white checkered out of this. And that'll be the first one we ever have. First time we've had extended laps here at Gateway. It's the 8th one of this season, but first time ever it's happened here.
Well, this looks like the right place for that to happen. I mean, it's close quarters, it's tight. You can feel the drama building.
It won't be the longest race here. Ricky Craven didn't finish that one, but was participating in that one in 1997. That was back when they went 300 miles here. Tonight's event, just 250 miles. They won't quite make that with a couple extra laps here, but as we get set to go, it will be green, white checkered. 2 laps to decide this one. And Brad Keselowski is going to take the inside line.
Well, I hope these drivers bring all these cars home in one piece from here on out.
Yes, sir. First attempt, green light check.
possibility to tear some more stuff up, Ricky.
Well, we're going to watch and see, because this is going to be an exciting restart either way.
It's just not the type racetrack where you can drive the car in another half car length deeper into turn 1, because it's a recipe for disaster, right? You can only go so fast into that tight turn.
And guys, let me correct something here. This won't be an official green-white checkered. There will be 2 laps to go when they come by. But the fans are on their feet now, and Brad Keselowski taking to the inside, Carl Edwards to the outside, Trevor Bayne in the 4th spot, 2-time winner Reed Sorensen starting in the 3rd spot, and behind them Stephen Wallace and Paul Menard. Don't think they're not hungry. Colin Brown and Josh Wise in the row behind them. You thought the last restart was exciting. Hang on for this one as they get ready to finish this one off here in Gateway tonight. Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards bringing it to green, watching the flag, but now keeping their eye on that restart zone. Keselowski stands in the gas. Carl's with him as they cross the start-finish line.
Carl did a good job. He's maintaining there. He needs to do that if he's got any chance.
He's got to keep that high side going right now.
That was a great restart with Keselowski. He really came through the gearbox good.
Look at Brad. He tries to drift to the high side. Carl fights back. It's not over yet.
I thought he had him cleared.
Look just how close it is. Does Carl dive in on the outside? He's got to do it. Does he maintain that spot? Keselowski holds him off. Carl with the advantage coming off the corner.
Keselowski got a little bit loose getting into 3.
White flag.
Shades of Atlanta for Carl's first Cup win.
Right on your bumper.
He
White
goes
flag.
to the
One more
outside,
time.
but he's got one more lap to deal with Brad Keselowski. Keselowski fights back on the inside.
Whatever happens now, this race.
Oh, high touch. Keselowski gets into Edwards. They save it. Drag race down the backstretch now.
That's that half car length I was talking about. They both survived it. Let's see what happens in turn 3.
Reed Sorensen waiting in the wings. Here's Keselowski on the inside. Carl Edwards, can he make it stick on the outside? Brad thought he had the best car all night. Took the inside line in the restart. This is going to be down to the wire. High touch. He spun out. Carl gets into Keselowski. Carl Edwards will win.
That's it. Checker
And they
flag.
stack up behind.
Man, you are the man. He deserves it. Good job.
I just hope Keselowski's okay here. That was a hard hit, guys.
That was
Huge
ugly.
wreck behind you. Just
That
slow
was
it down.
ugly.
Slow it down. There's a big wreck here.
Big contact on Keselowski as the other cars racing to the finish came to the line. And Keselowski got spun around hard. Carl Edwards going for the win.
We're gonna have plenty to talk about here.
Well, there's no question. Damage to the 60 as they came to the line. And there's Brad moving around in the 22 car. That is very, very good news.
And this is 2 problem weeks for Brad. I hate it for him to run out of gas last weekend. Crashes at the start-finish line this weekend. But boy, he was running great tonight. A good car throughout the night for Brad.
Let's take a look at how this happened. Did Carl wreck Brad? Was it just contact? Let's take a look.
It looks to me as though Carl thought that he was cleared and he was going to do a crossover and maybe misjudged that.
Boom, right there. Is that Bliss or Howard?
Colin Brown gets hit also and spun around. 88 car Steve Arpin. You see Luffler involved in this.
Here it is again. Carl's got that outside run. Thinks he's got the room to do it. Boy, that's such a hard angle to see if Brad came up to block in any way.
Carl didn't lift. We can confirm that.
There's no question there.
Guys, you got to remember, you're coming to the start-finish line, too. This is hard to say it was his fault or somebody else's fault. It's the money lap. The flag's waving.
Watch this hit by Keselowski. He's stuck on the inside line there. And just hard contact.
So glad he's okay. That was a hard hit for Keselowski.
Here's Reed Sorensen thinking he might have a shot at the win in the yellow car as Keselowski goes around, but Carl stays in it and hangs on. And then the result is big-time contact for Brad.
Yeah, this is ugly.
Well, they build him safe, and it's a darn good thing because here's what it felt like for Brad Keselowski coming to the checkers.
Come on.
We lose our camera, but listen.
Oh, that's the one right there. That's when he got hit by the 70 car Shelby Howard, and that really destroyed this car.
Immediately going on the radio, telling his crew he's okay.
I love these seats that they're using, these carbon fiber seats that these teams are using.